Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're fine. I hope you're well. Welcome back to another video. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how I have made it regardless. I just think that the past few weeks or the past few years, people who have not been along my journey, actually, they are calling me lucky and they are calling me, all those sorts of things that are not in alignment with my truest self. So I wanted to quickly come over here today and try to give you 3 things I know for sure that they have helped me to make it regardless of my background, to make it regardless of, my emotional and mental health, to make it regardless of anything that has been happening in my life recently. But before I dive into everything, make it a point that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share out with friends and family. So the first thing I would love to talk about is always doing the right thing. Always doing the right thing has been one of those truest things that I have ever had to embody to become more of who I am. I'm telling you the truth, doing the right thing will always bring back the right thing back to you. Just that is Newton's third law of physics or of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Whatever you do in light or whatever you do when the lights are off, just know it for sure that it is going to come back to you. How about you do the right thing and you have it at the back of your mind that the right thing is going to come back to you? That's how I've been practicing, especially over the past 3 years. When I reflect it back onto my career and my well-being when it comes to social media and even through nursing school. If you are new here, I'm a nurse by profession, awaiting for my last examinations to be released by the UNIMEB, board. But anyway, even through nursing school, even here on my social media, journey over the past few, years, 2 or 3 years, I've just realized that whenever I do the right thing comes back to me. It is such a sweet feeling, an amazing feeling to know it for sure that I'm recording this video from the truest intention of recording the video. And I'm very, very sure that whoever is going to be watching it, they are going to feel a particular way. They are going to be in a particular way. They are going to be, evoked in a particular way. And I think doing the right thing also moves hand in hand with excellency. I love it when a person or any person generally or anybody make excellency their brand. A lot of people these days are talking about brands, but I think branding and presenting yourself in a particular manner, most of the time it moves with the way how excellent you have been able to offer services, to offer products, to offer anything you're offering on market. It has also been one of those key moments I've had to take my hands and grab it and teach it to myself. There is a moment where actually I took this cardboard and I wrote on it, if you want the best the world can offer, you have to offer the world your best. And actually I read that over and over again, especially in the morning hours. It was kind of a mantra for me when I went to brush my teeth, when I, went into my bathroom to do any business I was actually supposed to be doing there. I always read it, and I have also realized that it was such a very huge stepping stone, not only for me to be able to do the right thing, but to also be accountable for whatsoever I'm doing. I want to always urge you guys that whether in light, whether in dark, whatever you do, it is going to come, to light. Yes, that is the real truth. You have to teach yourself to do the right thing. And doing the right thing, it moves with the right intention. I tell you, when you do that, not only you are going to have a beautiful, amazing, peaceful life, but a very, very, very relaxing life. Because at the end of the day, you are very sure that you have done your best. You are very sure that you have been able to provide the best that you can provide. I always urge you, especially my sisters and my friends generally, to always be able to critically understand why things are happening in their lives the way they are happening. things don't just happen. And this is also another thing that how I wish a lot of youth knew about it, they would behave differently. Things don't just happen. You to have an opportunity to work, it didn't happen by luck. Something behind that luck, there was preparation. That brings me to another thing to say that I don't believe in 100% luck. I believe that luck, it is an opportunity meeting preparation. You are already prepared to grab that opportunity, to be able to use it, to exploit it to the maximum you can. So I always urge them to please do your best. Whether someone is seeing, someone is not seeing, do your best, because in the meantime, or in the during that process, you're actually preparing yourself for that opportunity when it comes. You are preparing yourself for that particular chance when it comes, so that you can be able to shine. Second thing I want to talk about, this is service. Service is one of the greatest things that I believe if you embark on, you'll be able to see your life change. I think about 2019, about 2020, I decided to shift the way how I was doing things here on this YouTube channel. I decided to use this channel for good, and I decided to use this channel for a good particular why, or a good particular intention. I decided that I'm not going to allow anymore to be used by the platform, but I'm going to be using the platform for my own good, and also for the people watching me. And I think in that, by then I never knew that actually I had started the journey of service, as literally right now I understand it. And I think it has been one of those key components in adamant to doing the right thing, to see that I've been able to be successful as how I've been, Service and the significance you bring to your service, I assure you that it can bring you success. When you go back to the roots and the main intention why you are doing what you are doing, the main intention why you are filming, the main intention why you're operating that business, the main intention why you are going to school, and you bring the importance of that particular intention to match, to be on the same level. As Oprah Winfrey say in one of her podcast episodes, that significance plus service is equal to success. There is no way you are going to be able to be in a serving, position where you are using whatever you are doing to be able to give back to the community, to be able to give back to people, to be able to, to motivate, inspire, and uplift human being, and you are not successful. But you are going to become only successful when you bring the importance of what you are using, to match in order to be successful. And I think that I'm pretty doing it well. I'm not saying that I'm doing it perfectly, but day after day, before I tap on record, before actually I go out to, plan my content, plan anything I'm doing, I always have at the back of my mind, how can I help? How can I uplift? How can I inspire? And how can I change, through my work to the people, uplift the people, because I'm sure that success is literally going to be my ultimate, reward. I also want to say this, that not a lot of people actually may be in alignment with what you are doing. The thing is, you have to be persistent with the message you are giving. The thing is, you have to be, patient, because also patience moves hand in hand with all this equation of, service, significance, and success. If you are not patient enough, chances are very high that you will not be able to see the success. And I give this as a raw example on my own. Starting in 2016, this channel, and coming back in 2018 full time, I'm not going to say that when I came back with all this mindset. I think has been of recent that actually I've started seeing that maybe things that I longed and loved and wished to happen, they were not meant to happen in that moment, but they were meant to happen in the right moment. And that is what is called patience. You have to be patient enough through what you are serving to be able to see the success. As Dr. Martin Luther King says in one of, he had a lot of different, speeches and different things written, but I'll just quote this from one of all those. He says that not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great, because greatness is determined by service. It's only through service that you are going to be great. Your legacy is every life you have touched. Your legacy is every person you have uplifted. Your legacy is every life, every bit and bob of humankind that you have been able to shape, or you have been able to realign into their truest selves. So I think that has been one of the greatest things that has helped me on this journey. I'm still on the journey, but it has helped me a lot to stay grounded when it comes to creating content, knowing it as a matter of fact that what I'm doing, it's important and I can use it to serve people and success will definitely come. And also knowing that I not only want to be a famous person, but I want to be a great person, because at the back of my mind I have that concept of to be great, you have to be in the place of service. And what am I serving? Through videos, through content to you, so that you are uplifted, so that you are changed and look at life in a different, kind of way. And that's one thing I wish you can take away from this video. Last point I would love to talk about, this is knowing who you are. I think this is also another thing that a lot of people who are struggling currently or recently, not only within their youth years, but also I believe people who are older, suffering from. I think it's a disease that not a lot of us think we have, and yet we have it, not knowing who you are. I'm not talking about your name. I'm not talking about your career. I'm not talking about all those things that define you externally. I'm talking about those things that define you internally. Who are you and what do you want? Most of the time, people do ask me, especially when I meet new people or when I meet people who already know and we haven't seen ourselves in some good time, they always ask me, how are you, Tanya? How have you been? Those two questions, they are like the same, but they're not literally the same. How are you and how have you been? A layman who is actually doesn't have any concept of knowing who they are, they'll say that I'm fine and I've been this and that and that. But I think there is more context to those two questions than just giving empty answers or top answers or external answers. And I think also, those two questions, when you reflect them back to who are you and what do you want, there is literally a deeper meaning. You'll bear witness with me that a lot of people, when you tend to ask them, how are you? They'll say, I'm fine, especially here in our communities, in African communities, because I'm familiar with people from, this African, this particular region of Africa, which is Uganda. They tend to say, I'm fine, and deep inside, they're not fine. How have you been? I've been this and that and that. And yet that is not the truth that they have been. And I want to reflect that again to, someone asking you, who are you? The layman who will just go on and to say, I'm tanyanishailoc, I'm a content creator, I'm a nance. No, that is not the answer I'm looking for. When you ask me the same question right now, being where I am, I'll respond that I'm not my body, I'm not my mind. I'm that is connected to God or to the source energy, which a lot of people might call, God. Others will call Allah. Others will call, in a lot of different languages, universe, source of all. I'm connected to that. I'm not my mind. I'm not my body. I'm that which is connected to the endless of the endless. And I'm that believe that everything is possible and my presence here is possible. That's who I am. I can add on, I'm God's child, because I know it as a matter of fact that myself and my being here, there is a concept or there is a context of God being, knowing about it or being on the same, truth he wished for me, if that makes sense in summary. And what do you want? When you say what you want, as I told you earlier on, some people might just go on to say, oh, I want to be I want to be a doctor, I want to be rich, I want to be a nurse, I want to be in all these different bigger positions, I want to be able to make $1 million, I want to be able to do all those different things. But I think whenever they ask you what you really want, what you really want, for me, when you ask me that question, is that I want to maximize out my life. I want to be able to use my life to the fullest. And when I started, aligning all that energy into what I'm doing, knowing who I am, that I'm God's child and I'm that which is connected to source energy, and I want to maximize out my potential, that is where true energy or true power, I've been able to tap into it, It's very simple logic. I always recommend people that if you are not yet on this journey of awakening or understanding why you exist on this planet, or understanding, at least having some weird questions. Where do we go, after life? What am I truly, made to be? How can I help? How can I serve? You are left behind. I always recommend you that at least do your research. There are a lot of different philosophers of our generation who have written wonderful, beautiful, amazing books which are very illuminating about different topics that have been shied away for a very, very long time. The first book I would love to recommend is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Murphy. That's a very amazing book for you to start from. The second one, it is by Eckhart, A New Earth. It is also a very wonderful book. I would recommend you to listen to different podcasts, especially, in the current generation. We are having a lot of people with different knowledge. When you go into the podcast application, just put in a keyword and you'll be able to be provided with all this information. Day after day, you'll learn and start to understand that, I literally have a purpose. I'm literally more than my mind. I'm more than my body. And what am I here? What am I here to do? English. What is my main purpose to be here on earth? It is to be able to maximize, for me, it is able to maximize out my life. I'm not here by a mistake. I'm not here by chance. I'm here because I'm worthy. I'm here because I have something to offer. I have something to give to the world. And through doing that, I can be able not only to promote my life, but also people that are going to be beneficiaries of my life. Very, very absolutely important. The next thing I want to say is that never allow yourself to run out of abundance, of happiness, of joy, of all those different positive vibrations of life. When you do so, you are going to be giving out from an empty cup, and that's not what we want. We want to give out when we are filled with joy, when we are filled with love, when we are filled with happiness, with abundance, with all those good things. How do you do that? Always get time aside. This is one thing that I'm learning one of these days to do. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect at doing it, but I'm making it a point that once in a while, I pull out away from all these particular social influences. I stay still with myself. That's why I love meditation. Meditation is one of the key things that can help you to literally ground you, make you understand who you are, and make you understand what your destiny is here on earth or on your life path, whatever you want to call it. Meditation is very, very key to be able to, ground you, uplift you, and be able to fill your cup. I've realized that a lot of people, especially mothers and women and men sometimes, they tend to, and for me, I'm a person who reads energy. It's very, very quick for me to read your energy, especially when I see that you are frustrated, you are not coming from a point of good vibes or good vibration. Most of the time, such people, when you look back, you pull back into their history, you are going to just know that they are pouring from an empty cup. For me, it can be meditation. For you, it can be taking a walk in nature. For another person, it can be just sitting in stillness for some few minutes. Another person, there can be a lot of different ways. What I'll urge you to you is that find that you are comfortable in doing, practice it, and I assure you, without even spending, quarter or half of your life, you'll be able to identify what truly, you are called here to do and who you are. As I come to the conclusion of this particular episode, I just want to summarize a little bit of everything we have gone through. The first thing has been, doing the right thing and being excellent in the right way. Excellency is one of the sweetest things when you attain it the right way. When you want the best the world has to offer, when you want the best God has to offer, when you want the best people have to offer, from them to you, be excellent. Let excellent be your brand. Whether, in your day-to-day activities, in working out, in running a business, in doing anything you are doing, allow excellency to be part of your life. And I assure you, you are going to have a sweet life, because I've started seeing all these amazing things pouring into my life because I've chosen to always do the right thing. The next thing, I'm going to first of all go to the last one. We have talked about, it has been knowing who you are and what you are called to do, or what do you want. I've summarized that quite well, and I hope that you have picked out something from it. But what I can leave you with is this. Knowing who you are is going to be a very, very pivoting point in your life. I'm 24 right now. I haven't fully found my purpose, though I have a clue about my purpose. But I think that understanding and knowing that I'm not my body and I'm not my mind, and always coming from that particular line of knowing that sometime my mind can trick me, sometime my body may trick me, but I'm not any of that. And understanding that I'm that which is connected to the Almighty, it has been a life-changing thing for me. And also understanding what you are here to do. Go through meditation, go through reading, do a lot of different research. I assure you will find that you are very comfortable with, and you will be able to truly know what you are here to do. And always, please don't forget that you should not give out of an empty cup. Even though you are a mother, even though you are you are doing very hard work, take some minutes off for yourself, to fill your cup, to love yourself, so that you can be able to share that love and abundance to other people. Then the middle point, or the last point I would love to emphasize, it has been service plus significance. Success, I assure you, is going to come your way. I've seen it work in my life. Currently, we have been on this spike of growth on social media when it comes to my finances, when it comes to views, when it comes to subscribers, followers on Instagram, views on Instagram. And every day I'm just so grateful, because I've realized that when I come from that place, that place of comfort, when I know truly that I'm serving the community, when I truly know that what I'm doing is important to the community, that is where my truest energy is and my truest purpose is, to be able to attain success. As I also finish today's episode, I want to say that gratitude will lead you a very long way. Gratitude is a mirror of grace. Without having enough gratitude of what you already have, you are not going to be able to receive grace. Because you know what? People are going to be graceful to you because you are grateful for what you have. Even the Bible says that to whom those who already have, more will be added onto them. And those who don't have, what even they have will be taken and given to those who have more. The universe loves grateful and appreciative people. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down things that you are grateful for every day, at least 5 of them. Some people recommend once in 3 days, once in 5 days. But for me, I've seen it work for me, especially when I write 5 things a day, every day. It just changes your vibration. Positive vibration on top, negative vibrations down. You can be able to attract things. You can be able to stay in a very good mode and tone of life. Learn to be grateful and watch the universe moves in your favor. I believe that I've been given a lot, and to whom much is given, much is expected. I choose every day to use my life not only for my benefit in terms of finance and growth, but to also use my life as a vessel so that I can be able to motivate you, inspire you, uplift you. And I know that everything is possible, because if I can be able to make it, a person who has one of the most ramshackle backgrounds, what about you? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and share out with friends and family. Let me know if you would love more episodes such as this. Just chill, sit down videos talking about life, talking about my experiences as a person who is adulting. Definitely I'll be filming more of them. Tanyanishailoc switching out. Bye for now.